to a new vlog. As has become tradition on this channel, whenever there is a trip series that's concluded, then the next thing that comes is a haul vlog. So I'll show you everything that we picked up from Universal, Disney Cruise Line and the International Drive outlets. I'm also going to announce the giveaway winner from our biggest giveaway we've ever done, which is our way of saying thank you to you guys for following along with the trips and supporting our channel. So stay tuned for all of that. That will be a future me insert. But I'll show you all the prizes and everything. So let's crack on with the haul. I think I'm gonna go International Drive outlets first. First up, we'll go to Bath and Body Works, and they had an amazing sale whilst we were there. All the hand soaps were $2.95 and it was buy 3 get 3 free on the body washes, and they also had an offer on the infill fragrances, but because the outlet is an American outlet, I've never been able to buy them. But Next, who have a collab with Bath and Body Works in the UK, they have now done them with a UK plug, so I was able to stock up on some of like the fragrances. So first thing you might not be surprised to see is this, and this is the giant refillable hand soap with the white tea and sage, which I had to leave behind on our last trip because we did not have the luggage space. I specifically created luggage space for this because I wasn't going to leave it behind again. So the hand soaps, they were on a great offer, and although we visited in August, they already had like the fall and the Halloweeny stuff out, so I was in my element picking some of those Halloweeny scents. So I got pumpkin pecan waffles, I got Ghoul Friend, and this is strawberries, peony and spine-chilling citrus, and it smells really good. Pumpkin apple and wicked vanilla woods. So what's this one? Vanilla and amberwood with pink pepper. How good is that? For the body washes, I got a matching Ghoul Friend because this one did smell really good. I got a glazed pumpkin. I got sweater weather. I can't remember what this one was. Apple, leaves and wood. Oh, it just smells like autumn. I got a matching wicked vanilla woods because this smells gorgeous too. And then I had to pick a couple of things up for Pete, who waited outside, and I got him the ocean and the whiskey toast. I did get Pete one last time, and recently I've been leaving the bathroom going, oh, what smells so good? And it's whatever one I'd bought for him previously. I think it was like fresh water, but yeah, I thought, oh, I'll get him some more then. In the fragrance refillers, I got a champagne toast, I got a campfire donut, I got state fair, I got sandbar, and I also got eucalyptus rain. And like I say, they do these now in the UK, but they didn't have the same like extensive range of all of the scents, so I was quite happy to pick up some extras. I got another refill for my car air freshener to match the season, so I got the pumpkin pecan waffles. And finally, when I'd like paid for all of this, I was then advised that my reward had like tipped over or something. So I was eligible for a reward of up to $18.95, but it couldn't be used on certain things. So I kind of dropped my stuff off with Pete and Oscar, went back in the shop, and then I was looking, and I don't know if anyone else does this or if it's just like me being a little bit cheap, but I was like, well, clearly I'm going to have to buy the most expensive thing that I can with this that's going to like take me to the value of the $18.95, and I found this, which is True Blue Foot Spa, and it's a foot soak, and this smells really good actually. I was like smelling everything. Oh, it just smells like the ocean. And yeah, because my feet are knackered and after stomping around Florida, accruing loads of steps, I think this is going to be a good thing to use on my trotters. So at the outlets, we went to the Croc Shop and I found these. How cool are these? I mean, I am a sucker for leopard print anyway, but leopard print Crocs, Like, yes. We are like fully converted now to the Croc life, thanks to Rob and Dave Caden Elkins. I will entirely blame them, but I'm obsessed. And then from Hot Topic, I picked up a couple of bits. So I picked up this Hello Kitty cotton candy scented air freshener. And it's, again, spooky themed with Kitty dressed as a witch. That's going to be super cute in the car. And then finally, I got the Mayor pop. And we have a lot of the Nightmare Before Christmas pops because Sophie and Chloe have bought a load for Pete for like Christmas birthdays. But we didn't have the Mayor, and his face changes from happy to sad. And as you know, the Mayor is one of my favourite characters, so I was super happy to pick this one up. So our trip to the character warehouse was not very fruitful. I do find with the Disney character warehouse it can be very hit and miss. And what's so frustrating is whenever I'm home, whether it's before a trip or after a trip, I'll see a TikTok and there'll be so much amazing stuff in there, like Loungeflies or spirit jerseys or items of clothing that I'm like, I want that. And yet it's never there when we go. However, we did manage to pick up a few bits. So the first is this Orange Bird little watering jug. Now, we do not garden, as you can see from the Lego flowers behind me. We are not like green thumbed at all. But Oscar really likes Orange Bird and we just thought it was super cute. So I don't know what we're going to do with this, but there you have it. And then we also found this frame which was from Orange Bird and it's the Flower and Garden Festival for 2025. I think you probably know my thoughts on these kinds of things is that we rarely buy anything from a festival or a season that we weren't at because it feels a bit like a fraud. However, it was Orange Bird and it's celebrating 30 years of Orange Bird and I thought I'll put a little sweet photo of Oscar in there and then he can have that on his desk. So the next couple of bits that we did pick up from the character warehouse were very good and we actually only spotted these as I was paying for some other stuff because they were kind of hidden around the side and they were like at floor level so they weren't like immediately obvious. So we then had to kind of stop, go back and then go back to pay. Now, we didn't bring all the boxes home with us because they were massive, but we got this set from the Play in the Park range, and I think there is 4 or 5 of these, and they're in different colours. So there's a green one, and then we have a gold one, and they are supposed to be of the fireworks with the Mickey head in the middle. And we have been thinking about for our living room for a while that there is empty walls like this one behind me that would look cute with some kind of theming of some description, but we wanted it quite subtle. And I think these will be perfect. They do have little hook bits on the back so they will hang easily on the wall, hopefully, because they are quite weighted. But I love these and I think they're going to be a really lovely decorative piece in this room. And to match with them, there are these flags, so not massively like overly Disney, again, quite subtle. They've got the Mickey heads at the top, but they've got hooray and some little stars. So again, I thought that would just be nice to kind of go around picture frames that we've already got. But you can see the sort of set on the back, which has those sort of firework things. I don't know what you would call them. But yeah, I think it's a really nice range. And I do remember when that came out. So it wasn't really that long ago, maybe last year. And next then from Disney and from Disney Springs. If I'm honest, I was a little bit disappointed with the sort of merge range because as it is approaching Halloween, they had quite a lot of Halloween things again that I'd seen on like Instagram and on TikTok. But actually what was available in the shops was very limited, but we did get a few bits. So the first was actually a little gift from Maria because she knows how much Oscar loves Orange Bird. So she picked us up the Orange Bird foaming hand soap. So it'll still be in the Mickey dispenser, but it's orange scented. And how cute is that? And then I also picked up this Mayor tree decoration. And again, his head spins, so he goes from happy to sad. Now, Pete was telling me he thinks I might already have this as a tree decoration. I don't think I have this specific one. I do think I have got quite a few male ones though, because he is my favourite character. But I love it. And even if I do have it, I will just have one side happy and one side sad. Next up, I picked up this tree decoration, and we do have the pumpkin wreath. We bought the pumpkin wreath from last year. They have re-released it this year, but actually made it light up, which I think most of us who bought it last year thought it lit up and it didn't. But either way, I still love it. And now we have the tree decoration. And sticking with the spooky theme, we went to Ears Ever After because I had seen that they did have some of the Halloween range. So I got the pumpkin Mickey heads for the interchangeable headbands. And I also got the Halloween Minnie and Mickey. Now, we were supposed to be doing a trip that coincided with Halloween, so I had started picking up some Halloween bits, including this like a most amazing cardigan that kind of features Mickey and Minnie in this kind of outfit. That trip ended up cancelled by Disney and we've rescheduled it. So it won't be a Halloween trip anymore, but because I had the cardigan, I thought, well, let me get the headband, because at some point we will definitely be going back for Halloween because it's one of our favourite times of year. When we stay somewhere new, we always try and pick up a magnet and a pin. So Art of Animation, they actually only had the magnet, which is super cute. Really disappointed that they didn't have the pin, and when I spoke to them, they said, oh, we're expecting another shipment, and it was coming in before we left. I think it was the day that we were departing on the cruise, so ran into the shop and asked, did any pins come in the shipment? No. So just the magnet this time. I'll have to try and scout out where I can get the pin from. If you know, let me know. And the last thing I picked up, I was searching for this high and low from Disney Springs and the gift shops that we went to across the different resorts, but they just didn't have it. So I'm assuming it was an online exclusive. But again, thankfully, our friend Maria, who does live in Florida, she kindly let me have this sent to her address, and she brought it with her when she picked us up after the cruise. And it's the 1987 bag from the new collection. And I think 1987 is the anniversary of the Disney store, but 1987 also happens to be the year I was born. So of course I saw it and was like, I need things from that range. And it's super cute. It's got that real sort of retro, oh no, I'm calling myself retro there. It's got that real nostalgic vibe to it. And definitely like Prince colours that I would have been wearing when I was little. But I do love that it's branded with 1987. So over to Universal and Epic and that amazing 80% off annual pass holder sale. So we did get a few bits. The first from Epic Universe, we got a new magnet, and it's in the Mario Cup range. Now, because we are massive fans of Mario Kart, we love playing it as like a family. That's definitely what we'll be doing on like a Saturday night. And we saw it was Universal, and we're like, oh, that's amazing. That's got to go in our fridge. We picked up some Minions magnets for the fridge. I picked up this keyring, and this is Love is Universal range. So it's got all the different bright colours on there. It spins around. It's quite weighted, and I definitely didn't need to add anything else to my keyring, but I loved it. Then we picked up the new Universal Annual Pass Holder magnets and also 2 of the exclusive buttons. This one is from the Universal Annual Pass Holder Nights, and this one is from Dark Universe. You must be able to collect the whole set. Obviously we've only got 2, but we'll be keeping our eye out for the ones that we're missing. And then we got a few bits for Oscar from Epic Universe, because he is obsessed with Donkey Kong and monkeys and bananas at the moment. So he was very happy when he found something that combined all of those things. So this is a bum bag or a fanny pack if you're American. It's Donkey Kong with the barrel. It's banana coloured and banana shaped, and he loved this. So it's got the branding on the back from Donkey Kong Country. And to go with that, we found him these pyjamas, and these are amazing. So we actually washed these on the cruise so that he could wear them, He loved them. I think I just need to turn up the hem at the bottom for him. But you've got all of the Donkey Kong items on there, including the bananas, and yes, super cute and comfy. And then we also got the Donkey Kong fleecy blanket, and it's reversible. So on one side you've got this print, and on the other side you have got a big DK print. And again, we had that washed so he could use it on the cruise, and he just loves wrapping himself up in like a fleecy blanket. And with the next things we picked up, these were from that Universal Annual Pass 80% off sale. And we were quite surprised because it's things that are still in the shops in the main park. So Pete picked up this Father of All Things t-shirt, which we thought was cute. I wonder if we can convince the kids to have a Thing 1, Thing 2, Thing 3 t-shirt. Probably not, but there you go, Father of All Things. And then these are matching t-shirts that Pete and I got. So these are just the classic Universal Studios Florida in a really good colour, navy. Like, this is like one of my staple colours. And yeah, like I say, they were still available in the main park for $30. We paid 30 less 8%. So really happy with that. So with all the things that we bought from the annual Passholder shop, it came to $24 odd with tax, $26 in total. So we picked up a whole bunch of stuff for less than the cost of one of these t-shirts new. So really happy with that. Felt like we were winning at life somewhat. We didn't pick this up on the last trip when we went to Epic for the first time because we literally just didn't go in the shops. So this was on the list for the second visit. So it's the Starbucks Been There mug. Now, what we noticed with this, and I don't know if it's just me or if there was like 2 in the set, but this one only seems to have Isle of Berk and Dark Universe prints. Nothing from Nintendo Land or Ministry. So I don't know if they had 2 versions, but I could only see one. So got this one. And the second mug that we picked up again is from the Love is Universal range, and it's a really good sized brew cup. You know, I like to drink out of a bucket, and this is going to be perfect. So finally, I will show you the Disney Cruise Line haul before I show you the bits from the giveaway. But yeah, we got some really lovely bits from the cruise. So the first is this new print, and this is a David Doss print, and it is Castaway Key themed with the Castaway Key buckets, the palm trees, and the cruise ship in the background. We just love Castaway Key, and we are always looking to add to our like print collection and decorate as many walls as we can in the house with things that we love from Disney. So yeah, we were happy to spot this and add it to the collection. And I was really happy to pick up some specific Disney Magic bits, because when we did the staycations back in 2021, the merch was lacking, not just as a result of COVID, but was that when the shipping containers got stuck at in the canal? I can't remember the specifics, but there was a whole thing, and the merch was very limited. So I was happy to kind of correct that. So I picked up the Disney Magic Loungefly, and it's got Goofy on the front, and it matches the Spirit jersey that I've got in the same print. We picked up some new tree decorations. So we got this one firstly, which is Lookout Key themed, and a matching one for Castaway, although it only has Castaway on the back rather than the front. But I did remember that from the last trip we picked up the magnet that correlates with this theme. So they must have had this one last time, I just didn't spot it. But yeah, we've got some nice new decorations for the tree. When we spotted the next one, we had to get it. So again, it's a tree decoration with the towel animals, and this one hit for a couple of reasons. A, because we love the towel animals and we have the monkey in a plush, but B, because Oscar likes all things monkeys at the moment, this was perfect. Now the only thing I would say about this is the big plushes, I think, were like $27. This little guy was $25. So ratio wise, it kind of just didn't work out, and I was thinking maybe we just stick one as the new angel on top of the tree. But no, we did succumb because he's just so cute. We didn't want to leave him behind. Although, just thinking on, now with our newfound towel making skills, could I have made this myself? Maybe. I don't know. It wouldn't be as cute though, would it? And the final tree decoration that we picked up, this was, the cast member had told us, was from a new range. We fell in love. We all fell in love, actually, because when Oscar did explore the shop, he was like, oh, look at that tree decoration. And we'd already got it. So this is the stateroom door. Now, as you know, we do love decorating our stateroom door, and I'm just obsessed that there is a tree decoration with a decorated stateroom door. Perfect. I got a new Disney Cruise mug, and it says best cruise ever, and we do have a magnet that's in this design. Again, it's not quite bucket size that I like, but it's a very decent size, and it's got Chip and Dale floating on the back. So with the Disney cruises that we've taken, because we've done some of the excursions, we didn't really have time to kind of wander about. So we got another Starbucks Been There mug, and this is the Bahamas one. And it's got lots of cute little detailing. And I really like the colours on this one. But at some point I'm definitely going to have to try and get a Jamaica one, a Mexico one, just to kind of add to the collection. Pete added to his beer mug collection. So what you do is you buy the mug, and then throughout the trip you get beer refills, and obviously it's a giant size, but the beer refills are $8, I think they were, but you do get extra beer. And they give you a beer token so that you can swap the mug in, get the beer token back, so you don't have to carry this around with you the whole cruise. You can just keep swapping out the token. But then on your last day, you can either give the mug back and get the token which you can use for a future trip, or you can keep the mug, but then obviously on a future trip you would have to do the same thing again. So Pete did pick up this mug, and he got one also from the Treasure, and although they're the same, the Treasure one is specifically Treasure branded, whereas this is just sort of generic cruise branding. So he's got two now, so on the next one I think he'll just bring back the beer token rather than the mug, because God, these are weighty. And then I picked up this cold cup, and I love the print and I love the design and the colours on it. It's just so beautiful. And I do have, like, well, I call it my Fanley cup because it's not actually a Stanley. It's a fake one from Lidl. But the bottom of it is really thick and it doesn't actually fit in my car holder. So I'm hoping that this one is like a better size and that it will go in my car holder. And then, whilst I'm just looking, I've just seen that we also popped another magnet in there. So this is a Disney Cruise Line magnet. It's from a new range, so we picked that up too. So on to the pins and the rest of the magnets. When we were in Nassau, we got off so that we could go to the Pirate Museum. And while we were in there, we did see a couple of cute pirate-related magnets. So we got this one, and then we also got this one. We also picked up the Lookout Key magnet. Now this was the only one that I saw. I would have preferred it to have been more colourful to match the rest of the merch and the sort of like vibrancy of the island, but we have got a wooden one. However, the pin for Lookout Key is exactly the kind of like brightness that I was expecting. So look at the colours in that. And I do like the pins where they've got like the dangly bits on. So that one was perfect. I think I would have just liked the magnet to kind of match that like brightness and the colour scheme. We hadn't spotted this pin before. So this is the 5K Castaway Key I Did It pin. We hadn't seen that before. They also had this in a mug. Now, as Pete has done it twice, I picked this one up for him because he hadn't spotted it, but he was super chuffed with that. And then we got the Paolo pin, and we do love a Paolo brunch. It's one of our favourite things to do on board Disney Cruise Line, and obviously on the last trip we'd squeezed one in. So yeah, I think that's new. I don't think I've seen that before, but that was kind of perfect to commemorate going to Paolo. And then I picked up 2 Disney Magic pins because I don't think these were available on the staycation that we did. So the first one is the Mickey Atrium statue, and we do have a matching one of this for the Dream, but with Donald. So I was really happy that to have things that match. And then this pin with Goofy on the back, and this one is a moving pin. So I think I shared with you last time that I had made a specific Disney Cruise Line Pandora bracelet, and that's got all of my Disney Cruise Line specific charms on it. So I had to go to Pandora and pick up another couple. Hopefully it's going to focus, but it's the Lookout Key charm, and it's in the bead style. And then on the back it says Lookout Key. And the second one to the left is the sort of clasped securer, I don't know what you call it, stopper. But that is with the Disney Cruise Line anchor, and I thought that was actually adorable. So I will add these to my Disney Cruise Line bracelet. And yeah, I was wearing it on the ship because I'm always super careful with stuff, because I would hate to lose something like that, especially where it's sentimental. I've been building it up for years and I've just been adding to it. But I did think I bought it to wear, not just to look at. So I was wearing it on the ship, and thankfully it did come home in one piece, and I can't wait to get my new charms on there. And then finally we did pick up quite a few t-shirts from the cruise, because they had so many nice new designs. So the first is this one from Lookout. I think this one is for Pete, and I think he's got a similar one in Castaway, but the colour scheme's very different and the patterns are very different. So that one is very nice. This next one is for me, and from the front, quite plain, just with the Lookout Key logo, but on the back you've got the logo again in a much bigger print. And again, I just love the colours in this. I am more of a navy sort of blue kind of wearer, and not anything usually this bright, but I think that would be really nice. I got a new Spirit jersey from Lookout, and I picked up the pink one. So this is the front, and it's got all those beautiful colours in, and that was very much aligned to the mini statue that was around the island. And then on the back you've got Lookout Key, and it's a much thinner material. It's t-shirt material rather than jumper material. And they did have these in a couple of colours, but I was really drawn to the pink one. They did also have the matching Loungefly in this, but I left that one behind because I just didn't think I needed another Loungefly. But one of the things that we had seen was they had colourful t-shirts with the big designs of this, with the characters, and they had the colours to match, and they were really cute. So maybe on our next visit we might pick up those. But Pete was saying it didn't feel like you could just have one. It felt like you had to kind of have the whole set, otherwise it would just be mismatched. So by this point of the trip we'd already spent quite a lot of money. So yes, we didn't pick up another 5 t-shirts. I got the Lookout Key rash vest to go with my Castaway Key rash vest. And again, I like the colours on this one. And I actually sized down based on the one that the Castaway one that I'd had, because it kind of puffs up and billows out when it gets water in it. But obviously really good for sun protection, especially my shoulders. They're very prone to burning. So yeah, this one, perfect. I spotted this t-shirt at Castaway and I fell in love with it. Again, it's navy. You'll probably sense a pattern here, but just with the really cute bright colours on it. So again, I think this with shorts is just going to create the perfect casual cruise outfit. I loved this Disney Magic tee, and this is one where the print is is it embossed where it sticks out a bit? So I'm not sure how well that's going to fare. It's like the lettering actually that you get on the back of Spirit jerseys, but in the Disney Magic print, and it's like a really thin, like nice lightweight t-shirt. So this is going to be, again, lovely for sort of a casual cruise outfit. And the next thing that we got was this t-shirt. We got this for Pete and Oscar, and I just love it. I love the colours, Castaway Key, and it's one of our favourite photo spots on the island. So when I saw this, and I hadn't seen anything like this before, so I knew I wanted to bring that back. But yeah, the boys can definitely twin. And the final thing I picked up was this t-shirt, and I also love a grey t-shirt as well as a navy. But this one says, "Not today, I'd rather be cruising," with Donald Duck looking very dapper. And I just liked this t-shirt a lot. I loved the print, I love the colours, I love the sort of not nautical theme. And yeah, when I wear this, which will be frequent, then it will be true. Not today, because I would rather be cruising, always. So on to the giveaway prizes, which you will have seen if you've been watching the series, but let me just go through them in a bit more detail. It is our biggest giveaway yet, and everything is neatly compact into this Castaway Club swim bag. Now, firstly, about this bag, I love these totes. I much prefer them to like the older bags that they used to give out. I just think it's very classic, it's very practical, great as a beach bag because it's that sort of waterproof material. So you will be receiving this bag and everything in it. You will also be receiving the wet dry bag, and again, this is perfect for like throwing swimmers in when you're like on a beach day, because obviously it's waterproof, so it won't get anything else wet. It's decorated with Castaway Club, and it's got Minnie and Mickey printed on there. And you will also be getting 2 of the Mickey lanyards. So those are in the gold design, also printed with the Castaway Club. So basically the full set of everything Castaway Club that you would normally receive if you're a gold member. You will be getting the Castaway magnet. We love this one. We've had this one for years. It's such a nice colourful print, so we'll be throwing that in. And then there'll also be some stationery bits. So the Disney Cruise postcards, which I think I mentioned before, we've actually framed because they are lovely designs. And the gorgeous Disney Cruise Line stationery, which comes with the Disney Cruise Line pen. And one of the sort of luggage tag style little frames so that you can pop a picture in there. You will receive a pair of mini ears, and these are a gorgeous print, and they've also got lots of gorgeous little hidden Mickey details in the ears. You will get the Tiana Green Apple Giant Lollipop, size next to face for reference. You will get some Virgin Atlantic salt and pepper pots, which says on the bottom, pinched from Virgin Atlantic. So I'm assuming it's okay to take these. You will receive your own Been There mug from Starbucks with Epic Universe. You will receive a Minion toweling headband. You will receive the Love is Universal keyring. You will also receive the Minion Bill and Con magnets. And finally, you will receive some of those limited edition badges, so the annual Passholder nights and the Dark Universe button, and a magnet. So cut to future me, who will announce who the giveaway winner is. Okay, current me. Thank you so much to everyone who entered the giveaway. I have got a list here of all of the entries, and they are like in number order. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to generate a random number, and I'm going to find it on the corresponding list, and then I'll announce who's won. So this is random number generator. Okay, number 227, which on my list, Jessa! Yay, well done, Jess. I'm super happy for you because I see you in my comments often, and thank you so much for all of your support. drop me a note, we'll sort it out. I've got an email address I will share, and then you can send me your address and I will get your giveaway prizes sent to you. So that is the end of the haul and the end of another trip series. And as always, a massive thank you for following along with our adventures. And this is the reason why we like to do the giveaways, because it's our way of saying thank you to you for investing your time and staying tuned with everything that we're up to. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!